Hey there, Ronnie Rock Smith here, also known as the Faceless Guru in the internet marketing world, of course. Hey, thanks so much for purchasing my 3D Video Enigma package. Now, whether you got the 100 package or the 50 package will determine if you're watching this video tutorial right now. The 100 package does come with free video tutorials and my training that you're watching. If you did order the 50 package, then those guys will have to upgrade to these video tutorials at a $9.97 upsell fee. Okay, so let's begin. Once you log into your dashboard here with 3D Enigma, we are on the dashboard tab. Now, the first thing you probably want to do, or what's on your mind, is that you want to create a 3D video. Now, I like my videos to be quick, short, and sweet because, hey, your time is precious and so is mine, right? Time is money, so let's get started. Okay, so we're on the dashboard right now, and the first thing you're going to want to do is to create a new either 3D video, a pixel video, or a template club. So we're going to go ahead and create in this tutorial a 3D video, so click this tab. Now, I don't want you to get confused while you're doing this, so we're going to do this in four basic steps. And each time you do this, if you follow these steps, you won't get confused. Number one, you want to name your video, okay? Whatever it relates to the product that you're promoting or what have you, name it that so you won't forget what it is. In this case, I'm not doing anything. I'm just doing a test, so I'm going to name it test. Okay? So after you complete that, you can go ahead and choose the 3D player that you want to use. Now, there's real 3D players, which has two tabs. We're going to look at that in a second. You have environmental 3D players, and you have 3D box products to look at. Okay, in this one, like I said, we're going to go through each one of these, but we're going to do the real 3D player, and then environmental 3D player, and also a 3D box player. Now, I'm not going to do these in each different tutorial, and tell you the truth, let's go ahead and just choose one. I will do the 3D box with you because I have a personal template that I want to share with you and show you how to use and how to set up. But for this case, these two are pretty much the same. So I'm just going to choose one right here, and we're going to go through it, and then whenever you come back to create a new 3D player, you can just choose whichever one you want. Okay? Now, here's some of the environment. Well, let me go ahead and show you these right quick. You've seen these. Let's go ahead and tab 2, and we have these here. Okay? So let's go back. Let's go to the environmental. Now, these are my favorites. These look really cool, and they're really cool. That's all I got to say. Okay, my favorite is Ocean. I've used Ocean box. I haven't used these two. I think they're a little bit different as far as like these where you can rotate them. These right here work a little bit different. You'll have to see as you test everything out. It's like if you click here, it'll rotate to that direction. Click here, it'll rotate in that direction for these two. I think that's how they work. But these, you can actually drag the players like in 3D space. So it's kind of cool. Let's take a look at tab 2. Okay, and this is actually pretty cool. I've used this one before. This is actually like a panoramic 360-degree actual player. In other words, say if I had my iPhone player within here, if I scroll my mouse all the way to this direction and keep going, it'll actually rotate the player 360 degrees, but at the same time, the background actually rotates as well. So just imagine yourself standing on this bridge and turning in a 360 degree to see the environment, and that's how it works. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at the 3D boxes. Now, I haven't messed with the room or the video product box. I have this one. So this is the one that I'm going to show you when we get to that tutorial lesson, okay? All right, so let's go back to environmental players, and we'll go back to tab 1 and choose this Ocean. Now, this is the second step that we're on, so let's go to step 3. Step 3 is to select your media. You can either get to it by clicking this tab, or you could have clicked the next button. So now to upload a media to go within your player, click on the upload key here. Now you can use a YouTube video, and I'll show you that in another tutorial. Okay, in this one we'll just choose upload media and get it from our computer. Okay, now basically what you want to do is add file. I'm going to select this test video. Now, some of you may get confused at this part because you're like, okay, I double click the file. That usually makes it upload. But in this program, you actually have to click the Start Upload button. Now, depending on your internet connection, this will decide whether or not that this uploads really, really quickly. Now, I have pretty fast connection. It still takes about, depending on the size of the video, 5-10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes if it's not very big, because you have a 150 megabyte max file size that you can upload. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause this video while this uploads. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video while this uploads. Okay, I went ahead and timed this just to give you an idea of how long it takes to upload. Now, I have Cox Internet, which is the fastest internet connection that I have. And this file took 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and the file size is 20.6 megabytes. That's 21,184 kilobytes. Okay, so just to give you an idea of how long it'll usually take. Okay, so once it says resolved here, the next step is to select your media. We'll go ahead and select the one we just uploaded. Okay, now we can click on the next button here. That's if you want to change your mind and change a different player. You can do that before you save. Okay, so I'm happy with the one that I have, so I'm going to go ahead and click the Save 3D Video button. It says video created successfully. You can close that and go ahead and take a look at it. Now you have to click on this button here or here. Well, this one doesn't work. Click here to preview, and you can see what your video looks like. Now, you have a couple of options here. You can autoplay this video. You have to just click on these little slider icons. There is social media icons if you want to include that. HD mode, I usually select that. Effects, of course. And if you're actually doing 3D with this, you can toggle this button, which will show the Enable 3D button. Now, I'm not going to be doing that type of 3D for this video, so I'm going to leave that off. Now, for effects here, if you don't have effects on, then you can't use these buttons down here for video effects. If you're not going to use these down here, brightness, contrast, invert, contrast, whatnot, I think these are more useful for like when you're doing the green screen one-click button thing, which I'll show you in another tutorial as well. But to use these, like I said, make sure that your button up here is toggled on. And then say if your video was a little dark or whatnot, say I wanted to increase the brightness, I would toggle the brightness key on. And as you can see, in real time, you can see how it works. Okay? Now my video is just fine, so I'll leave all of this off, and I don't need effects on, but just to show you that. After you're happy with everything in your settings, you can go ahead and click on Save Changes. It says video saved. Okay, so scroll up here. The next thing we want to do is get our embed code. You have three types here, and your regular embed code, responsive embedding, and your 2D embed code. I'm probably never going to use the 2D embed code, but if you want your viewers to be able to watch your video on their iPhones or cell phones or whatnot, you want to use this one here, responsive embedding. So this is usually the one that I'm using because I know a lot of people these days are mostly checking out stuff on their mobile phone. You know, it's a new trend. So anyway, we're going to go up here to show embed codes. Okay. And all you have to do once it shows your embed code, like I said, I'm going to use the responsive embedding, is click on Copy to Clipboard. Click that and automatically saves it for you. Now, all you have to do is open up your website, go to an HTML editing tab, and paste this in wherever you want it to the video to be. Okay, it's that simple. So this concludes this video. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one.